Hello, fantasy season is upon us. I have my first draft tonight at 7. It's a 14 team league, but I'm in another league, first league trying out Sleeper. And so this is the platform right here for Sleeper. Have a mock draft plugged in. I have pick 6 in that league, and so let's get to this one. We're going no kickers, no defense. So we're going with two flex this year, but doing a mock just to get some practice in. And this platform's really cool. This mock draft, you really can be done in minutes. It goes that fast. So let's get started. All right, so you see Saquon Barkley goes first, followed by Chase, Gibbs, Robinson, so running back heavy. Gives me a few options here. I'm happy with the receivers at 6. A lot of good weapons here. I hope a nice defense or a nice running back comes back to me. Derrick Henry, Genty, those guys aren't going to make it. So we'll see what we have here. I do like CeeDee Lamb. He's got Pickens on the other side. So that looks good. I'm going to go with CeeDee Lamb. All right, Lamb, then Henry. Amon-Ra St. Brown, Genty. Then you got Nakua Neighbors. Oh, that's tight for that Team 10, Nakua and Neighbors, Collins. And then you have a little quicker run of running backs, McCaffrey and Achane. So here's the dilemma I get in this one. Do I take another stud wide receiver? I love Brian Thomas Jr. this year. And then you see Drake London. I'm high on him as well. A.J. Brown's cool. But I'm going to go running back. I'm just going to go with Josh Jacobs, another guy who, when it got cold in Green Bay last year, he turned up the juice. So we're going Josh Jacobs. There you see Brian Thomas Jr., Brock Bowers, our first quarterback, and Josh Allen. Bucky Irving gets paired up with Saquon Barkley and A.J. Brown, our second quarterback, and Lamar Jackson goes. And then you'll see a couple of receivers plus Jonathan Taylor. So here, options, I could go second tight end, Trey McBride. He looks really good. Off last year, if he can get some touchdowns in there, he'll be a monster. I'm not going to go Tyreek Hill, got burned by that guy last year, and to his health. Kyren Williams, stud. Chase Brown, I like Chase Brown a lot in that Bengals offense with all those weapons. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go Trey for this mock. We'll get second or first best tight end. I think they're neck and neck. All right, Trey. Kyren goes next. Tyreek Hill, Chase Brown. He was the other guy I was considering. Then you got my boy George Kittle, Hurts, Brees Hall, couple receivers, and then back on to me. So the two in this league, the two quarterbacks that last year were Jaden Daniels and Joe Burrow, and I made plenty of mistakes in the first 3 games starting the wrong quarterback. But do I go? I'm going to do it. Let's go Jaden Daniels. I did not expect him to be available for my fourth pick, but we're going to go Jaden Daniels. All right, Mike Evans, James Cook, love that guy. Marvin Harrison Jr., McLaurin. Joe Burrow goes. A couple more receivers. Then you have James Conner and Kemba Walker. Not Kemba Walker, that's a basketball. That's a basketball player. Kenneth Walker. All right. Oh, this draft is working out for me. I hope this is how it rolls. I'm really high on Marion Hampton too, the rookie with the Chargers. Jim Harbaugh, the guy just puts a great system together. He's really, once I saw his name, he was the only one I was looking at. So there we go. Got my second running back with Hampton paired up with Josh Jacobs. All right, we can see Chuba Hubbard goes. Has some wide receivers: Pacheco, Mahomes, McMillan, Laporta. And so I have 2 running backs and I have 1 receiver. So that's another guy that was staring at me in my face here is Courtland Sutton. I'm high on this Broncos offense with Bo Nix, Sean Payton. They're just putting some good stuff together really quick. So let's roll with Courtland Sutton. And then you got Kelsey, Worthy, Henderson. I like that kid from the Patriots. Expect him to have a big year. And then, you pay attention to bye weeks. I'm not going to do it too much here. I'm just going to see what's best available, and I'll play the waiver wire in a 10 team league. But in my other leagues, I definitely spend more time on the byes. All right, we have 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs. I got a tight end. I got a quarterback. So I could go RJ Harvey. Do I take another Bronco? Back-to-back Broncos. I already have my quarterbacks. I'm not looking at Baker. Let's just take a look at what my running back options are here. Pollard, Judkins. Harvey's the one that's standing out to me. Jalen Waddle, he could have a bounce back year if Tua's healthy. Jerry Jeudy, don't love the quarterback situation. Calvin Ridley's decent. Roma Dunze, I like him. You know what? I'm gonna go R.J. Harvey. Let's just get that running back depth. Baker Mayfield goes next. Waddle, Judkins. I wouldn't take Judkins this high with the pending. I don't know if he's going to face charges criminally. I think those maybe got dismissed, but the NFL is definitely going to suspend him. So is that 3 games, 4 games, 6 games? I think it was a domestic, if I'm not mistaken. I don't want to. If it wasn't a domestic, I don't want to throw that on him. But I think that's what he at least was accused of. All right, so let's go back to the overall rankings here. You see Swift went a little run on running backs, and then you had a couple of receivers too, Jeudy and Ridley this round. Chris Olave, is this going to be his breakout year? With who's throwing him the ball, I doubt it. I'm gonna go Rome Odunze. This is another kid that I am high on. I'm looking forward to see what Ben Johnson can do with the Bears. So Odunze, you got a rookie. Caleb Johnson, Jordan Addison, he's going to miss the first 3 games with suspension, but you can stash him. They're not drafting starters right now. And you got Pollard, Ingram, another Bronco, expecting a good season on Ingram. Tyrone Tracy right before my pick again. I really like, not as in like Pro Bowl, but I think Tracy could have a good year this year as the team progresses. Okay, so looking at our options here, I think I'm going to take my second tight end. Well, Jakobi Meyers, PPR monster. This is a half PPR league. Jacoby's not a big touchdown guy, but he's gonna get you targets. That's always a good sign. I think that's where I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Jacoby. Maybe my backup tight end comes back around on the flip. So new backup running back for the Niners. Brian Robinson Jr. goes right after me. Then you have some wily veterans with injury history, Kupp, Godwin, and then you go Trevor Etienne or Travis. I might be mixing up the brothers here. Jacksonville Jaguars running back, and then you have Shakir, and then 2 tight ends. I was going to go Ty Warren with my pick, and he got swooped up. So, so be it. Matthew Golden is the rookie wide receiver for the Packers, who goes right before me. I'm thinking I'm going to get my backup quarterback. I'm surprised Kyler Murray falls this far. If this guy would just show the work ethic and the drive, he probably could take it to another level, maybe be in top 5 when it comes to numbers. But, he likes to play those video games a lot. I don't know if he's broken out of that, but, he's not the quarterback like some of these guys that have played forever, just grinding. You didn't hear the likes of these other guys not being the last person to leave the field. First drive, last lead. That's kind of what you're looking for in your franchise quarterback. So I'm going to take him anyways. This is a solid backup. Kyler Murray. Button stuck for a second. You see Ricky Pearsall, pure Niner receivers taken right there. Pearsall and Jennings. I like both those guys. Jennings is holding out, and it has an ankle injury, so we'll see what happens. I am high on Pearsall. He just might be the number 1 by default with the injury to Ayuk. All right, so I have another. I could take the second Bronco running back with J.K. Dobbins. Definite injury history. He played fantastic last year, though. But I see Zach Charbonnet. The word out of that camp is he's going to get closer to, it didn't say 50-50 split, but many more opportunities, not just with when Kenneth Walker's hurt. I do like Charbonnet. He's going to get you catches. He's very athletic. He produced last year when I had him. And so here we go. Let's get another running back. And then you see Purdy, Prescott, J.K. Dobbins, Javonte Williams, the former Bronco, current Bronco, and then former Bronco. Let's look at my squad real quick. We have Lamb, Sutton, Odunze, and Myers at wide receiver. And then running backs, Josh Jacobs, Hampton, R.J. Harvey, and Zach Charbonnet. We got 2 quarterbacks in Murray and Jaden Daniels. And then I have 1 tight end in Trey McBride, right? Okay, so 2 picks left to go. There's a couple guys I like right here that I'm seeing. Tucker Kraft, he could be a really good backup tight end for me. And then we have Michael Pittman. I like Junior. I like him a lot. Let's just see what our tight end options are if I pass him up. these guys aren't bad. Dallas Goddard, Zach Ertz. There's enough guys here that I might even consider streaming a tight end. And when you look at wide receiver, oh, Pittman's the one I like to. Well, I could stash Ayuk too on my IR spot, and then pick somebody else up. So let's roll the dice. I'm gonna go Kraft. And then if I come around, I'm expecting Pittman to be gone in any second now. And then, yeah, Pittman just gets drafted. And so if Ayuk's not taken, I will snatch him up. And with Ayuk, I can put him on my IR, and then I'll just pick somebody up off the waiver wire. There's plenty of depth here for a 10-team league, so I'm not too worried about what options that I'll have. The draft I have tonight's a 14-team league, and so it's the cupboard's pretty bare. All right, cool. I'm pretty happy with this squad. This is the first draft in all the mocks I've done where I've gotten a Marion Hampton. So that's pretty awesome. So you see CeeDee Lamb, Josh Jacobs, McBride, Daniels, Hampton, Cortland Sutton, RJ Harvey, Dunze, Myers, and you see the guys that are on the bench here. So I'll be drafting in a couple hours. I'm excited for it. I think some good things are in store for me. All right, y'all. Good luck with all your drafts, and we'll talk to you soon.